reports
of SoaC's on SoaC's side. So give us a minute here, guys.
take all the minutes. So they said there's a problem with Vexius. Now Vexius is logging.
Vexius is getting in now. He was having issues with the crashing
Blue,
client.
stop apologizing. Promise me you'll stop apologizing.
I can't do that.
Tell me.
My parents raised me that way, man.
To apologize for everything? Jesus.
Yeah.
Just, I don't even know what to say, man. All right. Well, this should be an interesting game. I know Yummy is very strong. This is the old Team Vex for anyone who played back in the day. They did go under a new name for whatever reason. They did drop the Vex tag, and are now Team. Again, I'm gonna say it one more time. Booty Bakery.
Booty Bakery. Anyway,
Booty Bakery.
let's go over their builds. Let's not waste any time, Grouch.
Take it away, man. Take it away.
All right, so looking at Knight X first, the Mesmer for this team. He's running Runes of the Ogre, which is going to allow him to summon a Rock Dog when he's hit, along with his staff. So he's a little more defensive play than we usually see, along with Sword and Focus, which is the usual for Mesmers of this caliber. Also running a Berserker Amulet. And again, we've seen a lot of this already today. 20-20-0-0-30, running the offensive Mesmer build. That is going to be a pretty heavy burst, but nonetheless, she will be pretty squishy. And as we're seeing here, Booty Bakery is partying and out there ready to go. Moving over to Well, a Necromancer, actually, which is an interesting choice. We don't see a lot of them. Let's take a look at his build, and I'll probably call it very inaccurately. Running Runes of the Nightmare, a staff, and then a scepter dagger, along with a carry-on amulet, which is something I believe well, what very few necromancers do. Play competitive PvP will run, and again, this build generally seems to be focusing on a lot of AoE conditions, and just generally trying to spread conditions around as fast as possible and do damage to that, but nonetheless, he will be very squishy because of this. Running with 20 points in Curses, 10 points in Death Magic, another 10 points in Blood Magic, and then 30 points in Soul Reaping. Can you agree, Grouch?
I agree. It's actually interesting to see 2 Necros in the same tournament. Yes, something that you don't see very often. I think the general consensus is that Necromancer is not very strong. I tend to disagree. I think Necromancer is very strong if you build your comp around it, but obviously you just can't throw Necromancer into any random comp and expect them to do as well as some other classes. So definitely needs some. I think there are changes coming down. Irina has expressed in the forums and other places that they're looking into Warrior and in Necro. So, but again, building your comp around it, and this team they're strong.
Yeah,
they're strong.
Anyway. Moving on to Morpheus X, the Guardian for this team, opening up his stuff. He's running Runes of the Soldier, 6 of them, along with a staff, which is more than like pre-game buffing, but we do see some staff Guardians again, so I could be wrong on that, along with Scepter Shield. He's running a Cleric's Amulet, and I can't see his damn utilities because he's doing dancing. And looking over to his traits, it looks like he's going to be running that double shout Sanctuary. We've seen a lot of Guardians running today. He's taking the Consecrated Ground trait, running 0, 0, 10, 30, 30. So we're, again, going to be seeing him.
Typical bunker. Let's move the show. Moving on. All right, looking at Chums, we have Chums playing 0, 10, 0, 30, 30. This is going to be, I'm assuming, a Dagger build.
Looks like it is.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be running Powerful Aura, which is going to give him any of the auras that he uses. He has 2 auras that are available to him in this build. He has Shocking Aura, which will basically, you throw an aura up on your teammates, anyone that's nearby, it will actually stun anyone who attacks that target. I think there's a 2-second internal cooldown, and it's a 4-second duration. So you have the potential for stunning someone twice within a 4-second window with that. And I believe that the duration is 1 second. Also, you have Frost Aura. Anytime that you're attacked, you stack Chill on yourself. Or pardon me, anytime you attack someone with Frost Aura on them, you stack Chill on yourself. It's actually really strong. You can give an insane amount of stacks of Chill with that ability. So, and it's really very team orientated. Yeah. It's good for peeling.
It's going to be pretty good to see how he utilizes that. And then finally, last but not least, on Team Booty Bakery, Madman Heba. And again, I can't see his damn utilities. Running with 4 out of 6 Runes of the Nightmare, and then 2 Runes of Lissa. So it looks like he's going to be going for pretty heavy conditions here. Running with a Rabbit Amulet, and then Shield Pistol with Superior Smoldering and Superior Doom on that. Over to his traits. Very heavy on grenades here. Actually, he's not running the 12 trait. What do you think about that, Grouch?
He's probably going to be going for a bomb build. He might be running grenades with this as well, but I'm assuming he's going to be running bombs. Very good at sitting on... This is pretty much... I believe we're looking at Teldo build. He's going to run Rabbit Amulet. He's got Sword Shield, or Pistol Shield, rather. He's got Nightmare Runes, and he's going to be running the traits that pretty much line up with Teldo. So I'm thinking underneath those utilities that we're seeing that are the dance utilities or whatever, I think we're going to be seeing probably Flamethrower, I would imagine. Probably going to be seeing... bomb kit and probably elixir. Well, you can see actually, pardon me, you can look at the toolkit right there. So he's running, yeah, he's got flamethrower because the incendiary ammo. He's got bomb kit because of big ol' bomb, and he's got elixir R
Oh,
because
duh.
of yeah, from Toss Elixir R. So boom, there you go. Boom.
All right, so
Herpa derpa.
that finishes up Team Booty Bakery. Moving on to Team SoaC. Looking at Zeus, the elementalist for this team, opening up. He's running a stat, but again, more like pre-game buffs. Running with the Valkyrie's Amulet, 6 out of 6 runes of the Ogre, and then 0, 20, 0, 20, 30, which is going to lead to, as we've seen before, pretty offensive elementalist here.
Probably Scepter Dagger is going to be the weapon. Is going to be the choice
Yeah.
of weapons here for Zeus.
All right, and then looking over to Sunny now, as we've gone over that. Sunny's build, running with, let's see here, Runes of the Soldier, and he will be running 3 shots, actually. This is actually, I think this is the first defensive Guardian we've seen today not running Sanctuary, which is, so it's going to be interesting to see how that changes up their strategy. He's running Scepter Shield as well, along with a hammer. A Shaman's Amulet, actually. Interesting. Let's take a look at it.
Shaman's Amulet.
Shaman's Amulet. That's an interesting choice, if I do say so myself. Wonder what he's going to be going for with that. And then we're looking at the traits. Again, this is the same trait scheme we've seen generally all today from Guardians. The pretty defensive Guardian is going to be able to sustain a lot of damage, but he has chosen to take Retaliation lasting 25% longer over that AoE Consecration. So that'll be him. And then finally, last but not least, of those that are currently in, Little Zombify, another Necro for this team. Looking at his traits, he's got Corrupt Boon, Epidemic, and a Signet of Undeath, which was going to allow him to revive up to 3 allies in the area. Opening up his stuff, running Runes of the Nightmare, a Scepter Dagger, and then an Axe Focus as his offhand. That's a very interesting choice. I don't know a lot about Necros, so I can't really call this. But generally, the consensus I know is that Axe is like...
Don't say it.
No-no?
Don't say it.
A no-no?
Don't say it.
I'll say a no.
It's just interesting. Khalifa used to run this on NA quite a bit. Maybe not this exact version of this build, but he used to run a Power Necro, and it can be strong. Again, just like we were mentioning earlier with Well, is that you definitely have to build your comp around it. This build does a ton of damage, but the thing is that Necromancer doesn't have a lot of defense utilities, and if you train them down, like they're almost always going to be first target, especially in Power. If you just train them down, they really can't do anything about it. You're really going to rely on your teammates for reses and for peels and all of that.
Mm.
Which is why we saw Chubbs running Aura Mastery for Aura Share.
This is actually going to be interesting now because he's running Corrupt Epidemic with along with the Axe. So maybe he's trying to like just stack a lot of vulnerability on one person and then spread it around to the whole team to get a lot of burst going on. If they have a Thief, that would be really good to use with Shortbow too. If they could get enough vulnerability stacks around, along with an Engineer as well, chaining that, they could just get full vulnerability on the entire team, which could make a lot of damage, possible 25% increase of damage up to there. So it's going to be interesting to see how it is. So that's wrapping it up for what they have in here at the moment. We're waiting for the other members of SAOC to join here. We're going to give them a few more minutes to join before we start handing out consequences.
I see Chap is mentioning using Summon Flesh Golem in chat. I'm not entirely sure if he's going to be using that. What we see a lot of times, like Symbolic is the one who tipped me on this, you can actually generate Life Force at the beginning of the match and then swap it back out and go into, you can run Plague Form if you're Condi, or you can run, pardon me, Lich Form, rather, for the insane damage from Lich Form. He could be using Summon Flesh Golem as well, I guess, but I think generally I usually see Flesh Golem come out for the Life Force generation.
Yeah. So, while we wait here, let's see what's going on. Team Yummy is still dancing.
Yeah, so for those that are kind of curious why we're delaying this, so to speak, and there will be no apologies made, but it is that Vex is actually currently having trouble logging into the game. We're going to give him a little bit of time here. If it does go on too long, I'm not sure what the procedure is for this.
If I'm going to give them until 4:35. Or 4:45 rather, what is my local time, so that's going to give them 5 minutes. If they're not in, that's going to be a lost match. For every additional 5 minutes, that'll be another lost match.
So we'll switch to the next map and then swap to the next map and then wait and see if they can get their team going, and then we'll play from there. So it'll be 1-0 in the opposition's favor, I guess.
According to Zeus, he is in. He's just fixing his keybinds now.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like Cade, actually, good guy Cade, lent him another account. There was a problem with Vexy's account for whatever reason. So he'll be just in just shortly.
So we'll be starting this up in just a few minutes. Let me just check some things here on Skype.
Chat. Team Yummy are a bunch of fun, looks like. Or a fun bunch, rather. Yes, you could say that.
You could definitely say that.
You could say that Yummy is fun. Booty Bakery.
Booty Bakery looking like a lot of fun. As they're all dancing in a circle at the moment. Hold on, I forgot to mute my mic because everybody...
It's quite alright, I forgive you. Stop apologizing.
Dude, I told you, I can't help it, man.
I don't think they're going to take that long. We have, I believe he's in the game already fixing his keybinds and whatnot, so we should have the game starting here just shortly. I'm looking forward to this match, man. I think this could be one of the more interesting matches that we see today.
I think it will as well. It's going to be very interesting to see. And don't forget, guys, there's still a lot more action coming up. We still have the semifinals, and additionally, let's back over to our bracket here real quick. We're going to have Maiden Meta versus Team Sleepy coming up later, and then right after this, we're going to have Team PZ versus Academy of the Mist as well. And then we'll move on to our semifinals. And from there, we'll move on to our finals. So it's going to be fun. Lots of fun still coming up.
I think of these first round matches, I think Booty Baker versus SoaC is definitely supposed to be the most interesting, but we did have kind of, it wasn't really an upset, because they did get eliminated 2-0, but Am I Mad actually gave Maiden Meta great games. I know that Team Sleepy actually, I think it was, is it Team Sleepy? I think it was Team Sleepy scrimmed Maiden Meta, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and actually 3-0'd them through 3 scrims. So it'll be interesting to see how they match up coming into the next round.
It is going to be interesting to see how that goes.
Yes, indeed, indubitably.
Indubitably, good sir. And look, now everyone's... Oh, what is going on here? This is just everyone's a part of this now.
Right, we do have Cade in now. And just waiting on Vex.
What the hell's going on?
This is boredom at its finest. Boredom at its finest.
Yeah, like I said, I'm
5 minutes. All right. So Zeus says 5 minutes away in chat. They have 3 minutes, I believe, right?
Yeah, I gotta be sort of an asshole here.
Like a hard ass about that.
I gotta be a bit of a hard ass here. I did say it earlier. They should have been given less time than I already gave them. They have until 45. So.
Till 45.
If he's not in here, the game is starting at 45. So.
Oh, I take that back. It wasn't Team Sleepy that scrimmed them. That was actually, my goodness. I'm giving all sorts of misinformation out today. That was actually SoaC who 3-0'd MIM. My mind is everywhere today.
So again, when my clock reads 45, that's going to be, unfortunately, a loss for SoaC.
Hopefully they get him in quickly.
They will be 0-1 in the series.
Okay, it looks like Vex is coming in. He's just looking for the server now, so we should be joining just shortly. And we'll get this show on the road.
The Rizzle.
The
we'll get this shizzle.
All right.
We'll get this shizzle on the Rizzle.
All right, Vex is in.
All right, they're in.
Dude,
all right.
let's get this rolling.
Okay, ready up. Okay, we're getting this show on the road. We waited long enough.
And while we're waiting for them to finish running up, Vexius is going to be running 0-10, 0-30-30. Going to be your Dagger build. Running triple cantrip. Going to be running Cleansing Fire for the Connie removal. Going to be running Lightning Flash for the teleport. And also going to be running Armor of Earth, which gives him stability for almost 8 seconds. Also gives him almost 8 seconds of protection as well.
Nice.
And all of those act as a stun break.
Nice.
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 Nice. They want you to fix your minimap, sir.
What's wrong? I don't...
Zoom in on your minimap.
What?
Do it for the people.
It didn't do anything last time I tried it.
Do it for the people. You gotta click on it, scroll your mouse forward. Good to go.
There is... It keeps changing, though.
I'll teach you.
Anyway.
I'll teach you the ways.
Alright, so we're looking here, the match is starting up. Swiftness is being thrown out as well. We're having Swiftness and Might and a little bit of retaliation. That's not going to matter. Anyway, opening on the match, see their splits. Let's see where they're going. Both the Ellie's darting forward. It looks like we're going to have another mirror output here. Looks like Mesmer is going to head over to Henge here for the blue team, for Team Booty Bakery as well. And it looks like the Elementalists will be taking mine for Team SoaC. We're going to have a little bit of a different approach here coming out. Sunny is going to be
focusing on the mid fight here once again. Looks like we have both teams coming around behind Keep and going to try to come in. And looks like we have 2 on point right now for Yummy.
Let's take a look at Little Zombify. They actually did go into a Shadow Refuge here, so they're going to try and gank well a little bit here. Well is going to have to do an emergency pop of his Plague form.
Actually, he does get the Corrupt Boon on the Plague form. He's actually going to lose his stability, which is one of the main main reasons you want to pop into the Plague there, obviously with the blind spam there as well. But he does get the immediate corrupt boon on him, removing all those boons.
So we are seeing the focus generally being gravitated toward Hiba at the moment. However, they have all been healing up, so it's more of an AoE. I'm taking a look at little Zombify at the moment.
Well, Sunny actually did go down there for a moment, and he actually got rezzed up pretty quickly, but he doesn't have a lot of cooldowns left. He does have about 5k HP right now, but I think if they just focus on Sunny right now, they're going to go down no problem.
They're focusing pretty well here, and oh my god, and he goes down, but it looks like blue team's pretty well surrounded here. Oh no, and the stomp will go off. They're going to get him down. Nicely done by SoaC. They'll get the first kill, and they'll have the advantage. Vexy is nonetheless very low. Little Zombify will be jumping into his plague form as well here to try and spread around conditions.
Looks like we actually do have a DC coming out from Chubbs, so it looks like it's currently 4v5 for Yummy, or Yummy's four players right now. How are we going to proceed, Blue? How are we proceeding?
I was not prepared for this.
You were not prepared for this. It's all right.
We can't really restart it.
just keep going, man. Looks like they're still playing. Chubbs is back in. Chubbs is back in. Let's roll. Do it live.
Just keep going. That's
yep. So Morpheus actually is down next to point. Looks like SoaC is gonna be free capping mid here. Again, it was 4v5, so we'll have to see Yummy what they're gonna do and try to come back from this win or from this from the deficit here. Actually, they do have 2 points on SoaC currently though, even with the 4v5.
Yeah.
Actually, and Chubbs DCs again. So let's see how long we can have Yummy hold this 2 cap.
So yeah, SoaC's gonna take advantage of this unfortunately, and they're gonna move over here to mine, just sort of move in on them and sort of on all fronts here, take back their close point.
We do have currently Heba versus Zeus, Zombify, and Kate. They actually burst them down pretty quickly here. Looks like they get Zeus down, or Vexys comes in here as well, rather. Over on Henge is actually open right now for a free cap if they can get someone over here. But it looks like they're guarding it pretty well. Looks like they are going to be pulling the boss here as well for Team Yummy, just trying to get as many points as they can right now while they're down a player. But it looks like actually Chubbs does come back in. Back on even footing once again, but this is definitely an unfortunate start for Yummy.
SoaC will be taking on their boss, as will the other team. They're both going to take out their bosses there. Opening up the map to see. It looks like blue team's going to try and move over here towards the middle point as well. Red team will be doing the same, and I believe red team used a Shadow Refuge again. Am I wrong in that? No, they are going to use it, and they're more than likely going to try to get a gank off here on Team Yummy. Give me 1 second. I need to say something, chat.
Yeah, unfortunately, looks like Chubbs has DC'd like 4 times already. I honestly think the integrity of this match has been compromised. Focus on the matter at hand here.
Yeah.
I think the matter or the integrity of the match has been compromised. I really think we should probably give this a restart. He has been DC'd almost 75% of the game so far. It's unfortunate we've experienced that technical issue, but I don't think this is a fair match unless we do something about it. Well, they're calling Zeus. Vex will sit out for 4v4. It's up to these guys if they want to do that, I guess. Blue is crying mainly tears with his mic muted. It's okay, Blue. It's alright, man. Stop apologizing. Alright, so it looks like we actually will have Vexys be sitting out. He's going to be laying down over here in the rocks. Are you directing the camp still, my friend? you are in running everything, Blue.
I'm trying to manage.
You should have asked me for tips beforehand, man.
No, man.
Tons of tips.
We're just gonna play this match.
You a guide.
Vexys is sitting out. So this is now a 4v4. I do apologize once again for the issues here. I was not really prepared for this, and I don't really have an admin to sort these things out, so I have to do 30 things at once. Anyway, looking at Zeus is taking on Morpheus right now in the middle. We also have reinforcements coming in for SoaC. Reinforcements from Yummy aren't that far away, however. We're seeing once again.
So we have Pete coming up on the backside of Keep here. He's a little bit low. He's got some little bit of poison and burning on him. He's going to pop his heal here, unfortunately. He's going to come back up and try to probably lay some AoE damage down from the top ledges on Keep.
Taking a look at Well's point of view here at the moment, trying to spread around. However, he is under a pretty heavy amount of burst. Nice, again, the corrupt boon, and he already lost his stability from the plague form. And Cade is really just not making life easy for him. He's going to go down pretty quickly. Conditions are all over him. He has to go into his Death Shroud, pop it, and he's just going to get knocked out. Unfortunately, Well is not really in a good position to be in these team fights. They do get him up.
Well, they got him up, but I think they sacrificed a lot for getting him up there. They took a lot of AoE damage right when they got him up there. Knight's nearly dead. He does get looks like he does get his heal off there, but definitely in a lot of pain.
Yeah, blue team's definitely gonna be in a lot of pain. They did get they get a full round heal there going. Nice job there by Morpheus. So that's gonna help them out a little bit there. Nonetheless, it seems that Booty Bakery is currently up in this match. 272 points to 221 points for the red side. Again, guys, this is a 4v4 until we can get a reconnect coming. Unfortunately, we had that sort of issue there, so Vexius has elected to sit out the rest of the match.
Vexius.
Good guy, Vexius. Anyway, it looks actually like Team Booty Bakery is sort of to throw this fight in their favor. It looks like they might actually defend this. They're starting to push members of SoaC off the point. Sunny is still on it, but she's now retreating, so they will retain that point. But Knight is not going to let Sunny go, actually.
Yeah, it just, again, so we had all those technical difficulties at the beginning of this match here. Yummy is actually ahead right now by almost 80 points.
And Cade's about to decap another one of Cade's about to decap one of those points, however, and it looks like it's pretty much actually done. We do have well coming in here now. Let's take a look at his point of view. He's going to be trying to take on Cade. I do think Cade has the advantage in this 1v1, however. Ooh, but nonetheless, he do a nice pop of a fear there to possibly negate that initial burst. Cade will.
Well, the thing is here is in this 1v1, Cade has one Condi removal at his heal. Other than that, if he can't get the good damage down before he uses his heal, he's going to be at a severe disadvantage, which is why he disengages here. He's going to throw it down his refuge. He'll probably come back in here. Looks like he did get help from, looks like that was, who came in there? He had a teammate that came in, right?
It was Vex, no, not Vex. It was Nitex that came in there to help out.
Okay, gotcha. So looks like actually he left and he's staying with Knight now.
Yeah. And Cade right now is going to be jumping around. And well is back. Cade is going to get just destroyed. Now, he didn't expect well to come back, and he's going to be in. Madman Hibba is also here as well. They need to be moving on now because Cade's down. They don't really need to be spending this much resources as they are in trouble here at the midpoint. Sunny is currently taking on along with other members of his team. Morpheus X was the only one here right now. It looks like Hibba's close by, but the question is, will he get there fast enough? Morpheus has already used all his cooldowns as well as his Sanctuary. It looks like he's not going to be alive for much longer. They're going to get him down.
Yeah, it looks like Morph and Knight are actually out to try to take out the boss instead of going mid to help out Morpheus.
Morpheus went down. Hibba did unfortunately waste his elixir in order to get that up, and he's going to go down as well. So Team SoaC is going to get some free kills out of that, and they will get the middle point as well. Nonetheless, however, it seems like Team Yummy just wants to assert their lead. They're getting pretty close now, so they're going to sort of just play that safely and hold the point they have. I think they're sort of banking on the fact that they can, hey, we're good for the timing. We can hold 1 point and keep it steady. So
it actually looks like Will actually does get on point in mid, just in time to keep Sunny from capping that. He's going to try to get him off point, try to keep it new as long as possible. Hopefully we'll see some Yummy come into mid and try to help him out there, but he should be able to hold it for a pretty good amount of time on his own. Looks like we see also SoaC pushing back in over here to, or coming over here to Henge to try to counter Morpheus, Knight, and Hibba. And actually Zeus gets taken out almost right away.
SoaC has to really push into this point now, because if they don't get it within the next the next minute or so, then Yummy is going to win this match.
Yeah, we actually saw a Moa come out from Knight onto Zombify, preventing him from trying to go in for the res on Zeus, or even use his. I believe he's running running the res as well. Let me take a look at his abilities real quick here. Actually, I can't see now because he is down, unfortunately. But regardless, it was a well-played Moa, preventing him from doing anything to help out Zeus in downstate.
And it is looking somewhat grim here for SoaC Gaming. Team Yummy is unfortunately up there, just 20 points away from winning. They do only have 1 point, but nonetheless, they have a pretty safe lead. They are knocking out members of Team Yummy here in the middle. They're doing a nice job at countering their push here. However, once again, they're in a pretty safe position, and it'll only take another 20 seconds for them to win the lead, so long as they maintain their hold over the Henge.
They have Knight on Henge there, and I don't really see anyone in position to come and try to neutralize that, especially not when we only have 7 points to go. So that's actually a very impressive display from Yummy, being able to pull out the win, even though going 4v5 for a good portion of the match. Although we did have Vexius sit out. Once the confusion kind of settled down, Vexius did go sit side point, and they were able to actually pull that map in pretty easily 4v4. But it just kind of goes to show, though, how much that SoaC is kind of depending on their double LA comp.
Yeah. So that will be the first match. Team Booty Bakery will be taking that one. We're going to update the score here now, and we're going to move on to the next match. I'm going to give Booty Bakery a few minutes to try and find a sub in maybe, so we're going to I need to see how this is going.
Okay, you need to apparently kick all of these people from Spectator, because he's not able to get back in now.
Somebody has to leave the server then. I can't kick people. This is not my server. Yeah, there are a lot of spectators in here. It doesn't even fit on in the menu.
All right, so it looks like Shub's going to restart his PC, and then we're going to try to see if we can get back in here. If not, we'll probably be picking up a sub for Yummy. I'm not sure who their sub list was. I believe I saw Control was on their sub list, and I think maybe even H-Man, but I am not 100% positive. Okay. Blue has magically AFK'd here, so unfortunately I'm here by myself. So even with the delay here, we saw kind of an interesting match come out in the first round. Kind of, I don't feel that great about it, to be honest. Obviously, a lot of technical difficulties that came into play there. But Booty did actually still pull it out, even though going 4v5 for a good portion of the game there. So I'm kind of curious if we can see these two teams on even footing, even with a sub in for Booty Bakery and bringing Vexys back in for SoaC. I'm curious to see what chat thinks. Who would pull out the win on this next map? Obviously, some teams are good at some maps and they're bad at other ones. Yeah, unfortunately, I see your team made a comment in chat here about having the 6 ready and spectator for future tourneys. There's actually a ton of people in this map right now for some reason. I'm not sure why. I guess we have some people from the German stream and the Chinese stream. I think there's 2 casters there, so there's actually 6 casters involved in this right now. Yeah, so it's interesting, and you know this is Blue's first time organizing something like this, and he pretty much did it. I wouldn't say entirely on his own, but I would say, for what it is, he did an impressive job. I didn't really have much hand in this. I kind of showed up this morning, you know, wide-eyed and bright, and kind of just slid right in. But Blue did a pretty good job getting this going. So even with the technical difficulties and all the little mishaps that we've had so far, I think this is going fairly well. I think we are running a little bit long on duration here. I don't want to be doing this until tomorrow morning, but we'll see if we can try to speed it up for you guys.
Okay, I'm back.
Okie doke.
So what are we doing?
Are you muted still?
No, I'm unmuted.
Perfect.
I believe... Hold on. I really need an admin.
So now you're understanding, Blue, the amount of pressure that you feel. You're muted again. Oh my god, Blue. Stop doing this to me. You need to warn me. Oh, well, I'm sitting here. I thought you were talking to me. Talking to myself. People just dead air. I don't know what to talk about, man. What am I supposed to talk about here? Give me a subject. I guess we can look over. I guess I'll look over Cade's build, but unfortunately, the stream won't be able to see it. I can't see Cade's build right now, but I'm assuming he's probably gonna be running 25, 30, 00, 15. I know a lot of people asked me to show or asked us to show Cade's build rather. Cade's been running his build pretty much as long as I can remember. He did make the ever so popular change of swapping out the I believe he's using backfighting or possibly using the extra damage from dagger. He actually swapped in improvisation, which we've been seeing pretty much everywhere now. The obvious plus side of that trade is giving the potential reset on any of your utilities with the mug use. Gonna help me here, Blue? Gonna help me out, little buddy?
I'm sorry. I'm really. God, again, guys, I'm really sorry about this. I don't have an admin, so I have to be the admin as well as the caster. So there's a lot of things I can't really weigh in on right now because I'm focused on the game. I'm focused on trying to make sure everything runs smoothly.
We believe in you, man. It's all right. We understand. You're just one man.
I know.
You're just one man. So I believe we'll be seeing. I guess we're picking up a sub for Yummy, right?
Yep, I'm giving them until 53 to find a sub, and if not, then we're gonna move on again.
Isn't it already 59?
What the? I meant shoot.
Nerf clocks and time in general. I completely agree with you. Not nearly enough time in the day. I could have swore that Booty had a 6 ready to go. so weird to talk to myself. For chat, we have a custom arena. We are currently having issues with finding a player for the next round here. Actually, you know what? There should be slots in here, I believe, right? All right. We should, you just want to try moving to a different room. So I don't know if we're running into an issue with Chubbs not being able to connect because he's DCing constantly, or if we're running into an issue because there's too many people in here that don't belong.
Everyone that is in this room should be in this room, so that's not
really
the issue. Let me just do a count real quick. One. Actually, no. Do your best bear.
Is it best bear should be gone?
Swiss bear.
Best bear. Worst bear. This is not the greatest stream in the world. This is just a tribute. Don't stop muting me, man, or muting yourself. I know I'm not. Oh my goodness. I love chat. Plug state of the game again. Oh, just to burn blues bridges. Let's see. So yes, guys, state of the game. State of the game is going to be May 31st at 1 Pacific. Just right after the arena. It's going to be running a stream that same day. I'm not actually sure what the topic is. Maybe Chap or Ali can throw that into chat here for us. I think it might be a World v World thing or PvE. It's something else. I don't know, man. Anyways, state of the game will be May 31st. That's going to be this upcoming Friday at 1 p.m. We will have everyone's favorite, John Sharp. My favorite, John Sharp. I'm just going to go out and say it. Me and him are going out for some Froya with Zeph. It's going to be awesome. And then we also have Evan Lesh, the man that's responsible for creating all of these wonderful features that are making this stuff somewhat possible. Minus, I'm not going to put the evil on Lesh that this is his fault, obviously. But we will have Evan Lesh, which is pretty exciting. I've never seen him before. Really excited to see him and just have him involved. I think he really deserves recognition for getting these features put out and whatnot. Obviously, all of ArenaNet does, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, then we'll have Zeus, the silky, smooth, buttery voice of Zeus will be showing up, and then, like I mentioned before when I plugged myself, we will have an EU player as well. I have yet to pick them. I have yet to find a appropriate European player. If you're out there and you want to possibly show up,
okay.
The only
Sorry,
I'm almost done there, Blue. I'm almost done. The only requirements you need to have to come on to State of the Game is that you be knowledgeable about the game, that you be fairly eloquent and able to speak English to a reasonable degree, and have a webcam. So if you would like to possibly come on, you know, feel free. Anyone actually can just message me. Send an email at sotg@guildwarsguru.net. I will be sure to at least read those emails. Something. Anyways,
okay, we're ready to go.
Back. Let's roll.
We're ready to go. I really do apologize for this because I don't have an admin. So again.
Oh man.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing a lot.
You should just run. You just run a ton of ads with your Daft Punk drummer guy when we have this problem. Just run like 10 ads in a row.
This is all. It's coming back to me soon. So yeah. Anyway, moving into the match now. This is round 2. I believe we finally have our proper 5v5 SoaC versus Booty Bakery. Booty Bakery is 1-0 in the set now. H-Man is taking the fill spot over here for Booty Bakery. We're gonna open up the map to see where they are going to be splitting themselves.
Oh, okay. Kind of conventional split here. We're actually seeing 2 going Koi from red team, probably to prevent the, in case they were going to try to cross over. Looks like we have 1 engineer trying to come in and probably try to keep it new, but if he goes in 1v2, it's probably going to be a massive mistake on his part. He is stealth, though. He's kind of making his decisions right now.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to move back over to middle, try to keep it safe. He doesn't want to risk bursting himself down there from all those guys on SoaC. And both
seeing some pretty impressive going down on Well right now. He actually gets CC'd by the ring. Doesn't have stability, keeps running into the ring, CCing himself, his own choice to run into that ring over and over. And yeah. You see the play come out here. He still has his stability as well, so he's just gonna escape here. Pops his heel. Actually, pops out of play, pops his heel, and he's gonna be kind of resetting the fight, sitting back up on this ledge. And again, for those that just tuned in, don't realize what's going on. We do have H-Man. H-Man is a sub.
Let's take a look at his point of view. He's about to come into the fight here, getting ready with his burst. He's going right for little Zombify, throwing his blade trail and take him down pretty easily, and he'll be all over him, taking him out of this fight. Uh-oh, no.
Ooh, Zombify actually gets
Zombify,
res. I
yeah.
did not see that come out.
Nice
I'm not
play.
sure, not sure who exactly that was from.
I think they got a stomp on Morpheus.
Oh, they
actually,
did get a
is
stomp,
how they
you're
got
right.
that through. A little bit of an oversight there on H-Man's part, and H-Man gets bursted down by Cade. Nice play there by Cade. He's going to move right out of there, and looks like Cade's actually going to push over to Waterfall to sort of get that back. Morpheus has just spawned. Well is also getting somewhat low here. He is in his Scepter Walk, but unfortunately he will go down regardless to that, and it looks like Team SoaC is going to mop up this first match, or is going to mop up this first fight.
Yeah, indeed. Next, looks like they're just going to go ahead and let him bleed out there for a little while. Definitely in a position to let him to do so.
So SoaC looks like they're going to stay safe here. They're not really going to push into Waterfall because they don't really need it at the moment. They're going to play it safe and wait for Team Booty Bakery to come for them, actually.
It looks like Zeus is over at the blue base right now, kind of just taking an eye on the respawns, kind of seeing where people are going. Looks like he's going to try to take down the door here as well. Very good play by SoaC, though, kind of just checking the respawns and calling out where they're going to be heading.
Yep. And looking at here now, we're seeing Hiba sort of try to gank Sunny here. He's getting his bomb kit ready. Actually, Hiba's playing a lot more passively than I would expect for this kind of build. Actually a bit surprised. Usually with this kind of engineer, or at least back when I was playing with this kind of engineer, you would see them jumping into the fight a lot more rather than sort of hanging around the outskirts. But nonetheless, he is doing it quite successfully so far.
Yeah, generally with this build, you would see them move over into the side points and try to. It's really good at decapping. You've got 2 knockbacks from your pistol 4. You've also got it from your flamethrower 3. You can get them off point fairly easily. It's just not a great teamfight build, especially on this map. This map is actually a perfect example why this is a bad team fight, because Graveyard is so big on the midpoint.
Oof.
Your bombs are such a small AoE area that you can't force people to stand in them. Looks like he actually does get the big old bomb and his elixir R down. He can probably get the knockback here. Actually does get it down,
and
gets the knockback on the stomp, and gets himself up. That was pretty impressive play by Hiba.
Vexus was also res there. She went down, and they're going to take down Hiba, and with that smoke field, they're going to stomp him out as well. Nice job play there by Kate. Going to take a look at H-Man's point of view here, see how he's doing. H-Man doing his best to jump on people, but unfortunately, being as squishy as he is, he's going to get taken down pretty easily.
We've also got Zeus actually drops down here as well from the Connie. He's actually going to get stomped out here. He does misform almost immediately, so if Knight just goes for the stomp, actually they do get the, they got the refuge out, so even if he wanted to, he wasn't going to be able to get that up. They do get the rally there as well.
And well, at the moment, taking out Little Zombify. They're having a nice job focusing that burst, but unfortunately, he's going to go down as well. Both teams are extremely low in their health pools at the moment. Unfortunately, it looks like Team Yummy's a little bit lower, so they're more than likely are going to lose this team fight.
Well, they just need one lucky rally, but it looks like it's not going to happen for them, unfortunately. They did lose that. It really tipped very quickly in that team fight. They do get Morph stomped out, so we just have, looks like we have just Knight, and he's at well left on point here. Knight actually does go down here. I think SoaC is going to take this point. Well, they're going to defend it, rather, and they do have the decap there on Waterfall as well. If they just go in, if they push in for Waterfall, they're going to be able to get a triple cap if they like.
I don't believe they're gonna do so. They've been playing pretty safe so far. I don't think they want to overextend themselves beyond where they need to be. And again, look, they're just gonna bleed out Hiba. A very safe, very passive strategy we're seeing here from SoaC, not taking any risks, and so far it's working for them.
Well, I believe actually had SoaC gone into Waterfall, they only had 1 warrior go there. I think they could have kept it Newt for a very long time and kind of extended the point gap here.
Yeah.
Again, we are seeing a very strong early game from SoaC. 283 points to 101.
I mean, I really just think they don't want to risk anything at all. Actually, let me see what's going on over here. They're actually, look, like, even out of the gate here, they're sort of just trying to keep, they're really focusing on trying to keep people away from their points. Zeus and Cade just sort of pushed well back into the base, actually. Sort of wouldn't even let them leave the base.
Right, like I mentioned, Zeus was doing a really good job earlier of kind of watching the doors and seeing where they're going to be going. So they're just trying to, it's not really, I wouldn't call it a spawn camp, but they're definitely keeping good eyes on them. And no one's able to leave their base on their own. If they were to do that, they would definitely get kicked out right away. So they're forcing them to team up, which is kind of it's an interesting choice, but it's not bad.
So again, look at Cade. Cade's doing a pretty nice job here with the control himself. Look, he's really just jumping around this upper echelon here. We don't see a lot of people ever really playing here, but nonetheless, Cade's doing an excellent job jumping around up here, keeping himself sort of with the control over the fight, and now he's going to jump up well and take him down as well.
Well, running into the ring again over and over. So much to let the guy know if you run into that, you're going to get knocked over.
And looking at Knight X, the Mesmer for Team Yummy. Right now, sort of playing it pretty passively, actually, with the staff at the moment, waiting for her time to strike. She does have all 3 clones up, but she does not have her mind rack ready for the next 8 seconds. She's sort of waiting for her opportunity to jump on. As we know, Mesmer Burst is pretty conditional.
Yeah, well, actually got taken down there pretty impressively by those Condies. But he actually went down on point, actually just off of point rather. But he actually did get the res up regardless. He did make it close enough to the point to get the res from his
And
teammates.
just to pull your attention over to Kawhi real quick, we do have a decap actually went out. Hibba managed to decap, and he's now taking on Vexius for control over it. Vexius is getting somewhat... Vexius, actually, it looks like Hibba is going to go down here. He does have his elixir down, but let's see if Vexius is smart enough to sort of delay the kill because of that. And it looks like he will. So nice job there on Vexius's part.
Yeah, so we did have multiple down on point from SoaC. Unfortunately,
Oh my
Zombify's res was on cooldown still. It actually should be off cooldown now. He had like 10 seconds left on it when Zeus went down. Very unfortunate timing.
And little Zombify again is currently down. SoaC is unfortunately going to lose their middle point, and it looks like they've lost all point control. They are within range now for a Lord Rush. Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. But nonetheless, they are still up by about 150 points here.
Yeah, so yeah, currently Yummy's the only one getting any points right now, and we do have Vexius sitting on point trying to hold against Yummy 1v2, but we do have multiple from SoaC coming in to try to support him, trying to get those guys off that point. But they really need to be pushing mid as well, and pushing probably Waterfall as well to get those neuted.
Cade actually using his ultimate there to throw out some damage, swinging all around.
Yeah, in these fights, H-Man's going to be the logical target. He is very squishy. He doesn't have a lot of escape mechanisms besides his greatsword, but again, he can't be CC'd when he uses that, or he's just going. He's not going to go anywhere. So actually, he does get stomped out first try from stunning with the stability.
And I believe Webba Whale also wasted his res signet there trying to get Hibba up. That did not go, or not Hibba, trying to get H-Man up. That unfortunately is going to leave that on cooldown for the next 169 seconds, unfortunately. And well, just getting bursted down by Khan. He's giving him a taste of his own medicine. He'll go down, absolutely no trouble. Red team is going to knock him out as well. It looks like Red team's going to reclaim this point. Nonetheless, however, Team Yummy is slowly reclaiming this match. They're only about 100 points down now. They've come back from just under a 200-point disadvantage, so they are slowly getting back. But nonetheless, they were wiped, so they are going to be in trouble here in the middle.
Letting Heba bleed out, going to try to give him the longest res time as possible, keep him out of his fight as long as they can.
No.
When you let him bleed like that, you definitely keep him out of the fight for anywhere between 15 seconds minimum, up to like 30.
Now let's see what's Cade's. Cade's actually hiding in a shadow refugee. It looks like he wanted to go for Waterfall, but he sort of had to change his mind there because H-Man was there. We're gonna move over to H-Man's point of view. Actually, it looks like he just took down. Oh, he's actually doing a pretty. I'm actually somewhat underwhelmed by the amount. And usually we see H-Man doing a lot more damage. It just seems that SoaC just has the control over him, and they're doing a really nice job at negating whatever he throws out this game. So really nice job there on SoaC's part.
Yeah, definitely. That's the gamble you take. You definitely have to build a team around the warrior, and if again. H-Man's coming in as a sub. They don't have really that much experience playing with him.
Yeah.
I know Knight plays Warrior, but they haven't really been doing that very often recently. So coming in, having a brand new character on the team that needs to have a lot of team support is definitely going to throw them for a loop.
So again, looking over, Knight X is taking a lot of damage here as well. He's going to go down, and he's going to get knocked out. And it looks as though that team SoaC will be reclaiming this point, and again, reclaiming their lead. They're just under 100 points now, needed to win.
Yeah, they're opting to actually just do damage to well here, keeping it neuted. They could have just gone for the stomp there off the bat and gotten it a little bit sooner, but, to each their own. They do finally get the stomp on him, so they're going to be keeping that point here just shortly. Unfortunately, Yummy's not in a position to rush the Lord quite yet. They don't have the 350-point requisite to make that matter. So they're going to need to win some of these side points, get these other points neuted to be able to make anything happen.
And Heba is actually getting knocked out here over at the quarry as well. He's taking a lot of damage, so that's going to hurt them, unfortunately. He'll go down. Take a lot of damage from that, and he will be out there. H-Man sort of hanging back as well. And it looks as though SoaC is going to take this match.
Yeah, it looks like we might be seeing the death knell of the game here. I think it's ending or coming to a close, rather. But the good news is we'll actually be heading into the third round.
First Kylo today.
Yeah, indeed. So it's interesting to see how picking up H-Man actually made them lose harder than 4v5. H-Man.
Interesting. Interesting indeed. So
again, like I mentioned before, bringing a warrior into a comp that is not used to a warrior, and if you don't build specifically around a warrior and have the peels ready and available for them, especially the lack of Elementalist. An Elementalist and warrior combo is amazing. There's amazing synergy there with the aura share and just being able to peel with them from the backdraft and everything. Not having that on your team ready to go it's hard to put a warrior into a comp just off the fly, or on the fly rather.
Yeah, and so SoaC will be taking that one, tying off the series at 1-1, meaning we will be moving on to the next match. Just adjust the score here. We're going to be moving on to our first Kylo of the day. Let me just say something in the guild chat.
Apparently need to boost up your game sound a little bit, sir.
Sorry about
No
that.
problem.
There's
No
people
problem.
in the server that shouldn't be in there. Let me turn up the game sound a little bit here. I know the Skype turns it down a lot, so I should hopefully fix that. And now we will be moving on to the last match here. Team SoaC versus Team Booty Bakery. We had that rough start, unfortunately, and
Yeah, I guess we'll kind of talk about the map here because we have a couple minutes. For those that may have not seen this map before, we're currently playing Battle of Kylo. This will be our third round decider. Each one of these maps has a secondary objective, obviously in addition to the conquest, capping points and holding them as long as possible. On this map, we have a trebuchet.
pinging them now.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Trebuchet does a ton of damage. The thing is, you need to make the decision with your team whether you would like to have someone on your team sit on that Trebuchet. That makes the fights 4v5 everywhere else in the map. But you do have Treb support. Now, when the other team uses Treb, do you opt to just go for the dodge rolls and hopefully, for example, if a Guardian's sitting mid and he's getting Trebbed, it's not really a big deal. So you can kind of opt not to go for the Treb. But if they move that to a team fight somewhere on like a side point and you're starting to get Trebbed, it's a really huge problem. You need to have one of your teammates go to that Treb and take it out. So there's a lot of interesting decisions that you need to make when you're playing where you want to allocate your player resources. Do we want a Treb? Do we not want a Treb? Do we ignore their Treb? Do we take it out at the beginning? It's interesting gameplay.
Yep, and there's also a lot of verticality on this map too, so classes with teleports like Thieves and Elementalists are going to have a significant advantage in terms of mobility on this map, so we're definitely going to see that come into play here.
Yeah, having a blink on this map is absolutely, I wouldn't say essential, but it definitely is, it definitely does help out, and having Cade on Thieves is going to be huge, because he is able to teleport upon those ramparts, like you mentioned. Really, I would say shaving off like 10-15 seconds of having to run around the building and, coming up through the standard stairwell.
Yeah. So again, we're just waiting for Team Booty Bakery to rejoin. And as soon as they're in, we will start up the final round. And we'll be moving on after that. And once again, guys, I apologize for the rockiness of this set. We had a lot of issues with...
Stop.
Dude,
Stop.
I need to...
Stop, man. Don't apologize.
There was a lot of... I won't apologize. I'll just say it. There was a lot of issues with players disconnecting, and that's why I got delayed.
All right, all right.
I'm not sorry. There.
Yeah, exactly.
You can
be a man about it, Blue. Be a man about it.
You can deal with it, viewers.
Whoa, man! You should really apologize for that, Blue. That was out of left field. I think
now you're just doing. Oh, my voice cracked. Now you're just doing a double negative.
Oh man. So what are we waiting on here? We have looks like we're waiting on Yummy to get in the match here, and then we'll get rolling. So I'm kind of curious to see how, since we do have a couple of moments here to talk about it, I'm curious to see how chat feels. So we have SoaC, the team that 3-0'd Maiden Meta in scrims, versus Yummy, who beat SoaC 4v5 but lost last round. Kind of curious to see how the chat feels. Are we going to see Yummy come in with the win here? Or are we going to see SoaC? And again, it's Yummy with a sub. Yummy with a sub. And SoaC, for the record, is a fairly new team. They haven't been playing together that long. I believe Cade and Vexies are actually playing on a team with H-Man and Da Vinci just prior to this tournament, I'd say maybe a week ago. Again, it just kind of shows the volatility of the NA scene, teams being created, getting dissolved, being absorbed. But for what it is so far, it's actually been a pretty interesting showing, and I'm glad that we made it to a third map finally.
So once again, we're just waiting for Booty Bakery to get in here again. Looking at the chat now. We got to the apology stage finally.
Yes. Are we on a 30-second or a minute delay?
45 seconds.
40? Jesus. I knew there was something weird.
I don't want cheaters.
They're probably still watching the last match.
No, they're at the apology phase right now. Alright, where you at, Booty? My patience grows thin.
Where'd that Booty at?
Where that Booty at?
Who are we waiting? Is it Chubbs again?
H-Man? Because are they bringing him back
Oh,
in?
that's right. That's right.
People had to deal with the typing that time. Alright, it looks like the chat's favoring SoaC, by the way.
Yeah, interesting. It is interesting. I don't think neither of these games I think have been a true representation of each team's skill and ability to win games. Just because, like, first round, obviously we did have Chubbs DC, and then good guy Vexius actually sat out for SoaC. Second time around, because Chubbs has been MIA, we actually had H-Man come in and sub in for Chubbs. So where they usually had an Elementalist on their comp, they actually swapped in a Warrior, which is something you definitely need to build your comp around, and can be kind of tough just to pick up out of nowhere. But I believe H-Man did used to possibly play with them quite a bit. So hopefully they have kind of like a, they kind of have a feel for each other at this point.
I'm just talking to players at the moment. People are asking me questions, and I have to answer them and talk to you at the same time. I'm really bad at multitasking.
You're not really talking to me at all. I'm just going to talk about state of the game every time that you ignore me. So, guys, state of the game, May 31st.
Coming this Wednesday, Weekly Rewind. That's my show.
Hey, yeah, you guys should definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Blue is doing kind of like a day 9 thing, if you guys are familiar with that. Kind of basically what he did last week is I think it was on Friday, right?
Yep. 2 days ago.
So on Friday, he pulled up some replays of some games that were played. I think there was a Curse tournament. There was one from Zeus's perspective, and what was the other one from Kings of Beta?
No, the other one was from the SoaC tourney, the 499-500 match between Thebes and Guardians.
Oh, okay, yeah. So basically, what Blue is doing is he's taking these replays, he's going over them very slowly, pausing them, rewinding them, kind of showing where things went wrong, where things went right, when people do good plays, bad plays, what you could do better. Kind of definitely a day 9 feel to it.
I'm trying. There's a lot of people that have been playing Guild Wars 2 since launch, but a lot of you have never. Let's talk about it later. Anyway, match getting started. There's an ambulance rolling by my house. You can probably hear that. Anyway, we're getting ready to go here. The last match, SoaC versus Team Booty Bakery. Are you ready, Grouch?
I'm so ready. My body is ready.
My voice is ready.
Good.
And anyway, we're seeing Swiftness being thrown around, opening up to see the splits. Actually, splits can generally be pretty varied on this map. We're going to see what goes on. It looks like they're going to send Hibba to the Treb, actually. And possibly a Shadow Refuge. Yup, a Shadow Refuge coming from SoaC. This should be pretty different. And they're going to ignore mid completely and go directly to Mansion. Knight, probably not the best choice for the person to hold this off. He might go... No, he's going to pop... Oh, Knight's doing a pretty nice job actually holding this off. I take back what I just said.
Unfortunately, SoaC took a little time to get there. They actually do have the cap. It's not showing on the UI, but they did get the message, and I believe they do have that cap for Blue Team currently. I think there's a little bit of a hesitation there at the very beginning of the beginning of the game. Yeah, on Mansion.
No, it's not
actually, it looks like they do have the decap now. They did have the cap there momentarily, I believe. Or maybe that was for mid.
Well, it's gone now.
Good God. Whatever happened, it's gone now. Sometimes the UI is a little wonky.
Cade just went down there. He's more... Actually, Zeus and Sunny are going to move in here. AoE's all around, and he does get up. Nice Necro Res there. But look at the Condis on the red team. Look at this. This is really going to hurt them. They sacrificed a lot getting Cade up there. And unfortunately, it was really not necessary because Little Zombify ended up using his Res Signet anyway. Zeus goes down. Sunny's getting pretty low himself. And they're all going to group around Zeus and oh no, look at this AoE, Shadow Refuge. It's getting so close. They can't stop him though. They can only throw AoEs. Look at the Condis on the red team. Look at that. Wow. Blue team with a nice job there on those Condis there. They really can't do anything. 3 members down. Cade should go down momentarily. Actually, it looks like unless Skovex manages to chase him here, it looks as though Cade's going to be the only one to survive this fight. Meanwhile, Vexus is holding a 1v1. He does manage to take Morpheus down, and he is... having stability, he will get that stomp off, so it looks like they're going to be a bit of a trade here. 4 kills in exchange for the middle point, and Vexus will fall. Nice, again, nice team communication. Vexus will fall right back out of there. And
you can really tell that they all in on Zeus, trying to get Zeus back up there. He was like literally 1 tick away from getting rezzed up. Unfortunately, Sunny goes down right on his corpse. Like, you can just tell they all in on it, and they paid the price.
And Cade is actually going to go over here for a ninja. No, he's not, because Knight ports back. And, oh, gonna get it wrecked, actually, by those combos. We'll come back to that fight in a bit, as it seems he's gonna run away. Sunny's actually moving in here to the middle fight as well, trying to retake the point for his team. Madman Hibba, they don't really have a bunker on midpoint. Yummy doesn't. They really only have Hibba, and he's gonna go down. They do have reinforcements coming now. The Morpheus X has just shown up. They're gonna have him back in there. Blue team currently holding the advantage in 2 points, but we do have a pretty hefty fight going on here in the middle. One team is also shooting Treb shots.
It definitely was a battle of attrition there. I mean, we see Zombify was actually sitting on Trib. He's actually able to take Heba out there, but he did get taken out all the way, I believe, or did he disengage? I'm not sure. It just goes to show how powerful Trib support on mid is, and he was actually getting a decap here on Windmill.
Yeah.
Actually, just decaps it and opts to go out, so he looks like he's going to try to run mid and support there.
And Cade's also decapping Mansion at the moment. We do have the Mesmer falling back to support that, so that'll probably just be a regular 1v1. But nonetheless, we do have 2 members of the blue team down at the moment. Skovex was just knocked back, and Morpheus was also stomped. They threw down their Elixir, but unfortunately that's not really going to do much for them, so the red team is more than likely going to recap this point in their favor. Madman Him is the last one holding out strong here. Well is also there, but unfortunately he's going to go down within the next few seconds. Oh, but a nice bomb
that was a nice
there.
big bomb, yes. Perfect. Actually, he might be able to get the res off on Well. Actually, no, he does dodge roll out of that because he was about to take the Dragon's Tooth damage there. He actually gets bursted down as well. Looks like we actually might be see SoaC taking mid back again.
No points capped at the moment, actually. All 3 points are in contention. We do see Vexi's falling back to take over Windmill, and at the same time we have blue team asserting dominance over here at the mansion as Cade has now chosen to take a less of. Actually, let's see what Cade's doing here. It's 2v1, but it looks like he's going to. Let's see what he's doing. Now Cade's just gonna run away, go back to his team as they now have asserted dominance on 2 different points.
And for those who may not have noticed, I guess we didn't really explain it, so I won't blame you guys, but they actually did swap in Skovex in place of H-Man. Obviously, they lost Chubbs originally there from the first round, so bringing in another Elementals is definitely going to make it feel a little bit more comfortable with this comp.
Confusion is strong with this match.
Yes.
Anyway, blue team is again forming up here to move back in. We're going to take a look at Well, who's sort of in the back point. He's sort of in the back of this fight. He's not really in the main bulk of it. At the same time, he is a part of it. And as we see here, with a lot of these ranged characters, we'll see engineers do this a lot as well when they're running grenade kit. Well is sort of just going to sit out here in the edge. He's actually moving in now because he needs to get the range. But we are seeing generally, again, Yummy is sort of getting pushed out of here, unfortunately. Oh, but a Treb shot. That's going to hurt Yummy.
Yeah, it looks like Will actually did the corrupt boon on Zeus, got all his boons converted into conditions. He was actually interrupted from the epidemic, though, by the Treb shot.
Yeah.
Was not able to get the epi off.
And again, SoaC will wipe Team Yummy here. They're not really going to be able to hold it with those trap shots. Well will be down in a minute, and they'll have asserted dominance there. Nonetheless, however, we did have a decap go off over here. Hibba's actually capped that in favor of his team, but red team now spawning. Hibba's really not going to want to fight that. I think he's just going to, Hibba's just going to run away from that.
He's going to try anyways. I think Zeus is going to try to train him down do as much damage as he can before he gets back into the midpoint.
Sorry about the coughing. Hibba's moving back up to the middle point here. Interesting choice. Don't think this was the smartest path for him. His teammates really... Oh, that was very like. His teammates really aren't around to assist him. I think he was actually just moving through. But nonetheless, he sort of just ran through the lion's den without any weapons.
We do have Knight actually left Portal back on his home point. He's going to try to push back into mid here and see what we can do. He's actually engaging Zeus right below Clock Tower. Zeus actually does a pretty good burst combo on him, but he does get the misform off and the water. So he's actually going to heal up quite a bit. A lot of cooldowns used, though.
Knight did just pour it up top, so he's going to be taking on Sunny now. We do have trap shots coming over from the blue side this time, so SoaC is going to be in a bit more trouble. We're going to see how they're going to respond to this. It actually looks like the Elementalist from SoaC is also going to be jumping on Trap, so both teams have trap shots incoming at the moment. The question is,
I don't see anyone going for counter Treb right now, so they're just gonna let these Trebs happen. And
we're seeing Cade actually again move over to Mansion. He's going to try and decap that in favor of his team. It generally looks like, though, that SoaC again has the advantage here in the mid fight. They're more than likely going to get that, and it's possibly a 3-cap actually, because Cade is capping Mansion at the moment down over there.
That was a really good play by Cade. Knight really all-in on mid and went down. Obviously, can't portal back if you're dead. Not sure people knew that. You can't portal when you're dead.
You can't portal when you're dead. Tip of the week. Oh, and Hiva and Morpheus are down next to each other. They're really just going to bleed them out there. Look at this. They're both dead. Right next to each other.
Holding hands in death.
Holding hands. Morpheus is down. Hiva will go down in the next minute here.
That actually comes out to a triple cap for SoaC, turning the tides pretty hardcore. They're holding their own, definitely, and now the lead is just going to get blown out of proportion. We're going to see them pull at least, I would say, probably about 350 points before you even see a nuke coming out.
They're now gaining 3 points every 2 seconds, so that's a 1.5 for every second, which is going to be an insane amount of cap. They did just lose Mansion to a decap, unfortunately. And then they are going to, they sort of put all their efforts there on Mansion, so there was no question of them recapping that, but they're now going to move back over to middle. Not the smartest choice in my opinion. I would definitely be splitting the resources right now. Looks like they may be doing that. Hibba may be going over to, yep, it looks like he is. They do have an Ellie right here coming over to counter at those, so we could see,
they're just going to play 2 points. They're feeling pretty comfortable at this time. There's really any need for them to extend the 3 points. So I guess it was a good call by them to just let them get that home point capped back. But like you said, they definitely didn't spread the resources out far enough over to Windmill and make sure they didn't get decapped there.
Yep.
So it looks like Hiba's free capping.
Yep.
Oh no, actually, pardon me, Vex has actually come in.
Vexius just came in and challenged it. I was looking at that. We'll move back over to the mid fight in just a second. I did want to see how Hiba handles Vexius, though. I believe he has already lost to Vexius once in a one-on-one. A big old bomb doesn't really do much. He does use it on the he does use it on his. As we know, the efficient use of the combo fields is very important. He did just use his fire line with his big old bomb, which is going to give him some stacks of might.
You know, we see Teldo use this build on EU constantly, and he absolutely demolishes just about everyone. I think that elixir might have been thrown a little early.
Yeah. A lot of smarter players, especially when he's... I mean, me, when I was playing NG, I wouldn't even throw that elixir down until it was, like, certain that Condis or just accidental clicks were going to kill me. So I think he threw that down way too early. A lot of the smarter players like Vexius here are going to wait until... Because that elixir is pretty obvious. When it is a little hard when you're first starting to notice. But
well, I take that back. He actually is running the 25% trait to give him the refresh on all toolkit abilities. So I guess he did pop at the right time, did get those Condis removed off there. So I take it back. Hiba clearly knows what he's doing, and I don't.
And K just proved you wrong. As he gets ganked. Anyway, SoaC is also regaining control here in the middle. They're now just under 100 points. They're now just a little under 100 points here from victory. They will be recapping Windmill in just another second here. And really, it's. I mean, the sun's starting to set here again for Team Yummy.
I think Yummy were coming into this tournament, but the problem is they had the issues with the disconnects from Chubbs.
Yeah.
We've seen two different subs rather. I was drinking from a Cubs mug earlier. Leave me alone. We've seen two different subs come in. We saw H-Bang come in for Faux Fire. We saw, or we're seeing SoaC come in for the final round here. And again, it's just really hard to set up that synergy and kind of even the strats that you're going to go for. It's hard to just kind of tell someone like, okay, we're going to do this right now. And you'll get ready.
Yep. And as I said earlier, the confusion with this match is strong.
This whole round
has been very confusing.
This whole round has been...
and somewhat frustrating for me, but we're over that now anyway. So, well, we're looking at the middle here. We do have a bit of a 3-on-1, 3-on-2 now. Yummy may actually retain control. They do need to get a decap on Windmill if they want the hope of winning. Vexius actually called GG, but Yummy did not call GG yet, so bad manner SoaC.
Well...
a little bit, I mean, just a bit.
There's no one in position to decap Vexius off of Windmill right now, so they're kind of just playing mid right now. I guess for funsies, I would say. But again, they need to get a decap on Windmill about 5 seconds ago to make this happen.
Yep, and unfortunately, Vexius will be holding that strong, so there really is no chance of that, especially with that. In the next 10 seconds, they will have this victory for themselves. Yep, and the GGs were just called. Congratulations to SoaC. They will be moving on.